very good morning to everyone. Thank you, ICN, for organizing this event, and thank you, Praveen Prashant, for asking me to come here and give my views on the Viksit Bharat, Viksit Gujarat at 2047. And I'm privileged to be here. The reason being, as we're talking, Gujarat makes it like almost 67%, 60% of petrochemical and chemical industry. So it is a big space for chemical industry. And since I belong to Indian chemical industry, it's my privilege to be here and talking to all of you. And thank you. So I was reading a report which came out 2 or 3 days before. It was by Chemixel, which is Export Council of India, and it was talking about Gujarat export percent is around 46 or 47%. So if you look at whole country, the chemical industry kind of concentrated in the Gujarat state. And another reason for me to be here was to learn how chemical industry, particularly in Gujarat, looking at sustainability and inclusivity. My first interaction with Praveen, I don't know whether Praveen remembers, was when he wanted to talk about women in chemical industry. I think, Praveen, things have not changed. And this is on all of us to think about it. How do we talk about inclusion of 50% of population of the country? So that was also another reason for me to be here. As we talk about the Indian chemical industry is a large and driving sector. It's ranked 6th globally in production. It is a major contributor to India's GDP with a current value of approximate, please don't quote the numbers, it's US dollar 220 billion and projected to reach US dollar 1 trillion by 2040. So all of us have been hearing these numbers. So what it shows is growth. So let's focus on we are in the growth trajectory. So it is important that we deliberate and see what is there for all of us and how do we navigate going forward. So a lot will be talked in next 2 days, the numbers and the possibilities. And I think ICN has covered very well. Praveen just explained the topics right from digitization to innovation and different sectors. So this will be discussed anyways. And since we are part of, we are exporting to the world, and it is crucial for the country's manufacturing industry that we direct and indirect industries which are kind of linked with us that we do sustainably. We are like kind of 2 million people are employed by the chemical industry, and we export to 175 countries. So there is no part of the world where we are not touching. So it is very important that we do it sustainably and knowingly, like what is our contribution to the chemical industry. With a 6% share in the total export, India has to be taking that step and take the responsibility. So the numbers which I just spoke, they speak about itself. So we are in the growth trajectory. When we talk about the drivers, what I see the drivers are like Indian domestic demand itself and the changing behavior of consumer. Like consumer is looking forward that how can I make the life more better? There was a report by McKinsey some time back where it was talked about by 2040, we're going to be like growing at 7 to 10%. And we will be almost like, we'll triple our growth. Now this growth again talks about the pillars which are for the growth is rising domestic consumption, changing consumer behavior, evolving supply chain, which is very, very important in current geopolitical situation that we look at our feedstock and make sure that supply chain is controlled and monitored. And there are a lot of government intervention which are important. Since I come from ethanol industry where we have seen EBP program growing because of all these 4 factors which came together for the growth from 2% ethanol blending to 20% in 25, which was to be achieved in 2030. So this growth has demonstrated that it is possible, it can be done. And there are a lot of other factors for India is like we have a very we have some of natural resources, and we also have a skilled workforce, which I think is an advantage in some places. When we look at Gujarat, the key factors is Gujarat is a leading producer. We just saw that. And it is an export hub. And there are concentrated places in Gujarat like Bharuch, Ahmedabad, Ankleshwar, Vapi, where a chemical industry has been flourishing from the kind of inception of the chemical industry, if I may say that. And there are big PCPIR, like the Dahej PCPIR. The government is very supportive in Gujarat for the chemical industry, and which shows in the growth of chemical industry. The infrastructure has been created, like the big port, railway network, road connectivity, which supports the growth in chemical industry. There are major companies in Gujarat which are already contributing in a big way for the country's growth. The Gujarat chemical industry is a key driver in the state economy. So let's focus on a little bit of feedstock availability, because that's a topic what Praveen said that I should cover a little bit. So India, as the country, India is looking forward for a sustainable future. It has established itself as a trusted manufacturer and global supplier of dyes, dyes intermediate, basic chemicals, agrochemicals, cosmetics, and all other various chemical products. The chemical industry plays a significant role for the nation's commitment to net zero by 2070. So all of us have that responsibility. How do we contribute to the net zero goal for the country? By streamlining regulatory process, building a strong infrastructure to support the net zero. Because net zero is not only for bio-based or something like that. It involves the energy efficiency, process efficiency, right in the plant, and various aspects of even supply chain procurement. So all the aspects of the industry has to be looked at for sustainability. The accelerated transformation towards net zero circular economy is only feasible with a point of holistic approach of value chain collaboration. So all the collaborators of the value chain have to come together to make it success. It becomes clear that alternative feedstock, such as bio-based, CO2-based, and recycled feedstocks are the key levers to enable this transformation. Now, just to focus on bio-based, we at Godavari Biorefinery work with farmers. More than 22,000 farmers are associated with us to develop the feedstock. So for us, the research starts in the farms. So it is not only the lab. So biomass and the feedstock is created in the farms with a lot of ideas and research and collaboration with farmers. And our scientists in the lab, they develop processes to convert into various products. Now, this helps in helps as a sustainable alternative to, I can say, the petrochemical feedstock or fossil feedstock. It also meets the growing global demand of green manufacturing and carbon footprint reduction. It is a big thing going forward because we are looking at what's happening in geopolitical space. We all have to be very careful how much carbon is emitted by our processes and the products. With abundant biomass resources like sugarcane, bagasse, molasses, and other crop residue, India, particularly Maharashtra and Gujarat, who are having a concentrated biomass available, can transition from fossil feedstock to bio-based feedstock. And there are various reports which we can look at. Biomass feedstock is available throughout the country. A lot is burned in the north. All of us know the story about the feedstock burning and not utilizing that carbon which goes waste. These feedstocks can be converted into platform chemicals, green solvent, bioplastic, and fuels. And it also can support the circular low-carbon economy. Now, significant amount of other agricultural biomass residues are also available. So I think this is a good time when the industry looks back what can be done with this biomass. What I see are the major factors for sustainable biorefineries, what we do it, is availability of biomass. So that is a major factor. It has to be available. And their conversion technologies have to be more and more efficient to make sure that we are able to compete with fossil economy, where biorefineries are now just beginning, and the refineries, petrorefineries, have taken so many years to come to the current phase of the development. And the market demand, because unless and until the customer and consumer are looking for the products which are bio-based or which are low CO2, this will not be this will not happen. Another aspect is government policies, and we have seen the success in ethanol blending program. So I have no reason to believe that it cannot be done. And there are many mid-sized companies who are looking at these aspects. Unfortunately, I see less happening in the country because we have customers who are willing to work with us on these issues, but they are not in India. But yes, consumers will be in India, and the growth will come to this space as well. As the world is going towards net zero, biomass can provide a sustainable solution. So let all of us, consumer, manufacturers, supply chain, or aggregators, have to all come together to make sure that transition happens. There should be a general acceptance on policies for biogenic CO2 uptake, because unless and until we know that each biomass, how can we calculate the biogenic carbon, there will not be any standard policy for accounting this carbon, and without this accounting, people will not get encouraged to kind of produce bio-based materials. So we need better long-term planning and policies and technological solutions that are practical and effective. In an actual life scenario, we'll have to see those examples. Lastly, while aim and vision should be high, the same can be done by taking small but concrete steps. This allows for ecosystem to grow while ensuring penetration of new technologies and the green chemicals is done. And I just wanted to add one more point. Sustainability is not an option for all of us because we do not have a second planet to live. So we'll all have to work together to make sure that this planet is surviving for us to live together. Thank you.